Hello, everybody from the Eurovoxx team. It's Samuele talking, and we have Sanja and Harry to say hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi guys.
So tonight we are gonna talk about Eurovision 2024, and in particular, we're gonna tackle some issues. First of all, we're gonna talk about Slovenia and the announcement that we had today about the artist that is going to represent Slovenia. Then we are gonna take into consideration the biggest news that we had last week. That was at least for me, because I'm Italian. uh,
So
the,
slightly biased opinion there, I would argue,
the
Samuele.
Sanremo participants of 2024 edition. We are gonna talk about them. We're gonna explore a little bit the lineup together. So if you have any questions, any comments that you would like to share with us, you are invited to do it in the comments, and we are gonna try to tackle all of them. So, Harry, if you want, we can just start by talking about Slovenia.
Yes, so earlier today, not out of the blue, it was announced yesterday that it'll be announced today that Raven has been confirmed to be representing Slovenia at Eurovision 2024 in Malmö. Many Eurovision fans will be very familiar with Raven. She has participated in Slovenia's, I guess, ex-national final now, because they've not done it for 2 years. EMA. They'll probably say they're doing it again next year, then switch again, like they've done the last couple of years. But she's
They
taken
almost
part.
renamed it, but
Yeah, it's one of those where I think they're just going to do the national final, and then if they get a really good artist or song, they're like, no, scrap the national final, just have this win. No,
Yeah, a
but
little bit like France, I think, in the last couple of
pardon?
years. A little bit like France in the last couple of
Yeah,
years.
a little bit like France, I suppose. Yeah, but anyway, so Raven has taken part in EMA Slovenia's national final 3 times in 2016. To It's definitely 2000. Yeah, 2016, 2018, and no 17 and 2019. I know 2019 is correct. That one you don't have to correct me on
yeah.
comments. And she's actually come very close to winning in all of them. She came second in her first attempt, third in her second attempt. This is not going to sound confusing at all. And second in her third attempt in 2019 with Chaos. Chaos is the most recent one and the one I'm most familiar with.
Chaos.
Yes, that song. So yeah, very well-known artist amongst Eurovision fans, and this has got a lot of buzz. People are very excited to see Raven finally get her chance to represent Slovenia.
Yeah, and from the preview that the Eurovision Song Contest main accounts shared, it's gonna look pretty magical and witchy, right, Sanya?
Yeah, there's a whole legend about it. The song has. I'm very optimistic about the whole story because there's a whole story behind the song, the whole concept. So it's actually based on the song is called Veronica, and it tells a story, a legend about Veronica from Desinich, which is actually place in Croatia. It tells a story about the young lady Veronica who seduced or to say fell in love with a guy who was the son of the count from Slovenia, and he was of course married. And there was a problem because one day he was doing his business and riding a horse, and he met a beautiful Veronica, and they fell in love, and they escaped in Slovenia and secretly married. But the drama turned on when his father found out that his son did that, and he sent his soldiers to capture the lovers. And he was captured in a tower in Celje in Slovenia, and she was captured and imprisoned in Croatia in the castle of Veliki Tabor. And he organized a whole trial to prove that she's a witch who seduced his son, because he cannot be guilty. No, she must be a witch. So the judges wanted to announce her, to announce that love is not a crime, as Polygenova would say. But old guy killed her anyway. and he like embedded her dead body in a castle of Veliki Tabor. So great and very interesting story to me. And if we get elements of harp, which Raven is playing, then that's gonna be really interesting.
Yeah, really interesting. Something that we never experienced from Slovenia or any countries in the region, I think, from quite
Yeah, I
some.
cannot recall. Yeah.
No, harp's a very unique instrument in Eurovision. So unique, I can't think of an example when it was used, but I'm sure it has been. So
No, but like just a main reference that that some guys from Twitter actually were, or X. I will never call it X, but I will call it Twitter. It's the real name. From Twitter were saying it's the last thing that we can recall about witches or something like this in this kind of traditional way of seeing witches or seeing magic was in Benidorm Fest the first year with Tanchugueiras, no, their song. It was
yeah,
some guys did that connection. I just wanted to point it out. So really, 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 really good story. I love this kind of things because I'm gonna graduate in history, so I really love historical things brought up with modern and contemporary music. So I really like this. But let's say hi to the chat first of all. Hello Ben and T. Then we have Vikram Leon. I really hope that Joost Klein can wash away me and Dion's not qualification and bring the Netherlands back to the grand final. If we have time, we are gonna also talk about the Netherlands. Yes, the Netherlands. Just a little hint, because I personally don't really know a lot about Joost, but I am sure that a lot of Northerners, European, know about him. Then hello Adam, hello. And he said, I really hope Romania will confirm their participation very soon. And let's see what happens. Jess, hello. Yeah, Raphael is commenting on the history of Veronica, so really interesting. Yes, we're really interested as well. Hello, Ray J. Hello. Never expected techno in Estonian national selection. Yeah, we are not going to talk about the Estonian national selection. I think there are some videos coming up, or we had a video live.
not yet for Estonia, but I'm sure keep an
I'm
eye on
sure
all
we
your.
will have some content about Estonia soon.
Absolutely.
Hi, Harry.
There are two other people here, right? But thank you very much.
I want to hear more techno at Eurovision. Yes. Samuel, are you happy with this Sanremo? I was expecting from you just this kind of question. Is it Jess that we know? Is the Jess from Eurovoxx? These Jacks?
And she looks exactly like her profile picture. For those who are
Oh,
aware, that is
yes.
what. Yeah, that's what it looks like.
We're gonna talk about Sanremo in a little bit. Do you guys have any kind of comments or any kind of insights about Slovenia that you would like to share with us?
Well, I know that the song will be released on January the 20th. So it's a Saturday. So whether they do it in a similar way to the way they did Joker Out's reveal, where they have a big show beforehand and then reveal the song at the end, possibly that's the case. But I know for a fact it's the 20th at the end. Thank you, Ryan Bailey. It'll be interesting to see. And you know what? When it comes to this sort of witch style and modern witch and this contemporary feel, while I'm hit or miss with Raven's style because she is so diverse in her songs, if there's anyone that can pull off this mythical element mixed in with modern style, I do believe it is Raven.
Yes, I have to say that I am really intrigued by, in general, I really like the mixture between traditional kind of seeing and interpreting music and contemporary beats and pop beats. So I like when artists try to bring something new to Eurovision, but connected to their traditions and stories. It's I think the most important ways through which we can actually share the importance of our cultures and unite us together. So I really like when artists bring themselves, but also connecting them to their traditions and their own present as well. So constructing these kind of bridges between past and present. So Georgios Papadopoulos sees that it seems like we have many early songs this year. Yeah, we have France, we will have Slovenia, but in January, and then we will have
And
some.
Czechia tomorrow.
Czechia
I guess.
tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, be ready.
Albania later this month.
A lot of comments about that, and a lot of content creating about Czechia tomorrow. And what else? What do we have this month as well?
Probably. Oh, we have Benidorm Fest songs released on Wednesday.
Exactly. Even if they, honestly, they leaked. So,
okay, they've officially being announced.
Yeah, we have to say that we never.
Some of us have not heard all the leaks.
No,
Samuele,
we did not hear. We did not listen to them. Of course, we are not that kind of people. So, hi, Ray Bailey. So, who do you think will win? Asks.
BCZ.
Yeah, I say asks.
Well,
Sounds like
according
you
to the polls that I've seen, I think MIDI, maybe the band MIDI has the best chance, but I don't know. That's the polls say that.
Yes, I would like, even if that live was honestly disastrous, I would like to see Aiko, because that song is really good.
Yeah, she would. If she was to win, it would have to significantly improve her live. I think if you were going on
songs related to the songs, from what I heard, Aiko is the most interesting one, and Czechia honestly never sent something like this.
No, that is true. I think song-wise, I would personally prefer Ellie to win. However, I think if you take into account what the audience has seen and the overall song quality, Maidai seems to be the favorite, or however you pronounce their name. I'm sure there's many different pronunciations that Eurovision fans will go to if they win. And you know what's great about the Czech national final and predicting the winner? Because it is based on just like the vast majority is online votes from the public, we can actually use like public rankings to help to figure out who's going to win. We can't do that necessarily for every national final.
Well, we already saw this kind of experiment last year, so it's not kind of an experiment anymore. It's something that we are getting used to see for Czechia, and I actually like this kind of format. But I have to say that I personally, nothing in the Czech national final will beat last year act from Czechia for me, because it was amazing. It was one of my favorites from last year. So
yeah, but we also need to remember that their first live wasn't also perfect.
Exactly.
So there's a lot of space for improvement. Whoever
it can also be the reverse, the contrary. For example, with Brividi, of course. We know what happened. So let's go on, because that is a really, 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 really dangerous place to go for me, because I love that song and they destroyed it on that fucking stage. So let's go on. Well, I think Midi might get it, but Lenny would be the safest because her vocals were at least solid. Tom Sean might do like a third. Okay, I really liked Lenny as well. Yes. Then we have what did we have? I think we're gonna talk about Joost maybe later after Sanremo, so maybe we will see that. And I Am Ellie's Team, beautiful song. Okay, so if you guys don't have anything to add to the Czech discussion, we are gonna pass to Sanremo. What do you think?
Just on the lineup in general?
Yeah, in general, we're gonna talk about the lineup. Of course, if you saw the guys, I'm talking to you in the chat. If you saw the video in which I was presenting the kind of structure that Sanremo will have this year, of course, you spotted some mistakes that I did. That video was, of course, recorded before Amadeus pretty much changed all the things that I discussed. Because Sanremo is like this. The rules are usually given in the summer, at the end of the summer, between September and October, and then Amadeus do whatever he wants and change all the rules. So maybe that video was kind of a little bit back, but still the structure of Sanremo is kind of the one that that I highlighted in that video. So if you lost it, go and check it, because Sanremo might be tricky and will be really difficult for foreigners to follow it usually. And I just want to say, before starting to analyze the lineup, that we are going live every single night after Sanremo. I will be there, like last year and the year before. I don't know who's gonna come with me. I think Sanja will be with me some nights. I am hopeful, and other people will be with me too. So let's wait for February. So regarding the lineup, I'm gonna search it because I didn't prepare it before. Allora, let's take the official Sanremo 2024 Wikipedia, because the most reliable. Okay, so
They said no one ever Wikipedia. Wikipedia, the most reliable source.
Sanremo is okay. So, do you think we should show actually something, or we just go and?
I'd say we can go through, the key names,
Yeah, let's go
the
through.
list.
Let's go through. And this is a comment that I would like to pop out. Yes, we all want to see that.
Do you know what a female is in Sanremo, Samuele? Italians know what that is? Or did you forget them past 2016?
Yes, in 2016, Francesca got second. She didn't even win.
No.
So I'm going alphabetically. No, it's not true. I'm not going up. Yes, I'm going alphabetically. So first of all, we have Alessandra Amoroso. Alessandra Amoroso is let's say a really well-known singer in the Italian panorama. She was really famous back in the first half of the 2010, between 2011, 2014 and 15. She had a really good, let's say, placements in the Italian FIMI, in the Italian radio stations, and she's a really plain pop star in Italy. So she spans between ballads, it's real Italian ballads, and up-tempo pop songs. So I'm really looking forward to see her, because she's huge. At least she was huge in the Italian panoramas quite some years ago, and I think that she took part in Sanremo this year maybe because she wants to come back to the stages a little bit more. So it has been 2 or 3 years since she released some. She released some music last year, but compared to the music that she released at least 8 years ago, she didn't really go viral like in that age. So we are gonna see what she brings. I personally think, because right now we don't know anything about the songs, of course, we are gonna know the titles, I think, in 1 week for Sanremo Giovani, and we are gonna know the first impressions of the journalists at the end of January. So we don't know even we don't know the lyrics, we don't know the titles of the songs, we don't know anything about the song. It's just talking about artists. So would you like to add something about Alessandra? Do you know anything about her?
I'm familiar with the fact that she's taken part in Sanremo many times, and there's a few veterans of Sanremo from like going past to the 90s, and it's always nice to see that diverse range being shown in the contest with veterans like her.
Okay. Yes, yes. Alessandra was really famous, and she participated in Amici di Maria De Filippi. She won Amici, that is like the Italian. We have X Factor is more like the Italian Academy, Stars Academy. Yeah, Stars Academy, something like that, like the Italian Idol, for example. But yeah, Alessandra, I really don't know what to add about her. I am really concerned if she will bring a ballad, because if she brings a ballad, I don't know how the Italian viewers from home will receive another ballad by a female well-established artist like Elisa, for example, 2 years ago, or by other really well-established artists that in the end did really good, but they did not win. And I don't want a girl, a woman, to just be overshadowed by male ballads. If they bring ballads, I want to be their ballads, the big ballad that they should bring. Neil said that, I'm sorry, Alessandra may go with Takagi and Ketra. Takagi and Ketra, for those who don't know them, are really well-established producers in Italy. They produced songs for summer hits and with a lot of other Italian artists. So right now I think about Annalisa, I think about Giusy Ferreri and many other artists in Italy. So yeah, it would be good. Alessandra collaborated with them, I think. But yeah, let's hope she brings something really that can appeal to the Italian public, because that is what she manages to do best, I think. Okay, so I had another comment. I agree to Rai for a female for Italy in Eurovision. Well, this year might be a good year for the female acts, and we're going to talk about other important female acts later. Then we have other two female acts that we should talk about are Angelina Mango and Annalisa. Let's talk first about Annalisa. Would you guys say something about her? Do you know her? Yes.
Maybe we can expect another ballad from her. I'm not sure. What do you predict?
Now, Sanja, it's very risky to predict many ballads in Sanremo, because as we know, Sanremo full of bops, full of such high tempo songs. There's rarely any ballads in Sanremo.
Let's hope for a surprise.
Yeah, this year might be different because there are a lot of pop artists that never did ballads. Maybe they bring the first ballads in Sanremo.
Their debut, they're branching out into the genre.
I think that okay, so let's talk about Annalisa. Annalisa is the queen of pop of Italian music in 2023. She released two, if we count also the summer bop that she did with I don't remember who now, with Fedez. Yeah, with Fedez, I think. She had 3 number ones. Okay, she had Mon Amour, she had Bellissima, and Mon Amour. If she brings to Sanremo something like Mon Amour, she will win.
That's covered this year. I think that's covered this year, Samuele, isn't it? We've already got Mon Amour this year.
Yeah, but Mon Amour by Annalisa is better than Slimane.
Maybe she brings Mi Amor.
Mi Amor, yeah.
I love
battle between Mon Amour and Mi Amor.
I love the French entry, but Mon Amour by Annalisa is unbeatable. I'm sorry. I listen to it every single day. So yeah, Annalisa, I think that if she brings, because she participated in Sanremo many times, at least 3. And then she did Giovanni, I think, if I remember correctly. But Annalisa brought 3 ballads. Even if there were power ballads, and Il Mondo Prima di Te should have won Sanremo and should have won Eurovision as well, she didn't win. Mainly because it was of course, it's really not good to say this, but she is a woman, a girl artist in Italy, and it's difficult to stand out. It's real. We have to accept it. This country has a musical industry that takes into consideration more men than women. It's like this. This year it was her year. Annalisa's here, and I would say also Elodie, and may her soul rest in peace, because we don't have it. We don't have her this year. I wanted her so bad, but we didn't have it.
You want Elodie every year, Samuele. Let's be.
I went to a concert 2 weeks ago.
Ah, nice.
So. Neil Erra says Annalisa needs to go with Mon Amour and Bellissima producers. It's true. If she brings something like this, all the Italian public will vote for her, because those 2 songs are liked by everybody. Literally everybody in Italy now likes Annalisa. So, Sanja, do you want to say something about Annalisa? Do you know her?
Yes, I know some mainly ballads actually, but I need to listen to those songs you mentioned, Mon Amour. To get another side of her.
The Sanremo songs?
Yeah, mostly.
Yes. Yeah, Il Mondo Prima di Te was a beautiful ballad that was overshadowed, I think, that year. And also Dieci was 2021 or 2021.
2022?
Yes, it was 2021. Yes. Then we have Angelina Mango. Angelina is a new artist. She participated in Amici last year, and she had two really well done songs this summer. And now she released new music at I think 2 weeks ago. Fila Indiana is called the new single. And of course, she's now a really big name. She's the daughter of a really well-established artist that sadly passed away many years ago, Mango. His father, Angelina Mango, his father was called Mango, just Mango. And I don't know. The most curious thing that I can say is that she has the same manager of Marco Mengoni and Maneskin at that time that they participated in Eurovision. And we know that we can trust that manager because that manager does really well stages in Eurovision. I have to say, the stages of Maneskin and Marco were, I arguably say that they were the best Italy did in the last years. And we are known to not be good in staging. So La Tarma, that is the manager of Angelina, I'm sure that she knows what Angelina needs for Sanremo first and Eurovision last. Then let's talk about some artists that maybe we know better from Eurovision. Let's jump to Mahmood.
Yes.
So, would you like to see Mahmood back to Eurovision so soon?
Depends if he has the best song. Absolutely. I'm not going to be prejudiced against an artist for sending the great song. And to be fair, just on the topic of Mahmood and just some of the other artists we're going to talk about, my words for Eurovision fans that are not necessarily like enamored or know the Sanremo, Italian music scene ridiculously well, I think this is their lineup. There's so many well-known names that even global fans will know. So many previous winners. Like, I think the fact the last two Sanremo winners have been, people that have gone to Eurovision before as well, has brought back, right, we're going to send you all back. That's clearly the theme. They like the previous ones. That's the formula here. And yeah, Mahmood's even one of them. So he's going for his third Sanremo win. I'm fascinated to see what he's going to send. I'm hoping it's something a little bit more along the lines of the Soldi, just to diversify his.
Yeah, from the previews, we may say from the posts that he made on Instagram, I can say that I would say that is on line with what he did in post Eurovision 2019. So songs like, for those who know Mahmood, songs like Barrio, songs like Barrio is the main reference. Then I have other two songs that I wanted to talk about that are Moonlight Popolare, that is a little bit more urban and trappy. And another song that I wanted to talk about was
Calypso,
Calypso, but less. Even if brings something like completely something like this, or he brings something in line with Rapide, that was the best ballad that he ever did, or the new song that he produced, that is Cocktail d'Amore. It's really beautiful. It's a ballad. It's in Mahmood style, produced by Dardust. And I'm sure he's gonna go with Dardust again because he's alone. He's not with Blanco anymore. So Blanco main reference was Michelangelo. Mahmood main reference is Dardust. And when Mahmood participates in Sanremo alone, because he did it with Dimentica, he did it with the Sanremo Giovani, he did it with the Gioventù Bruciata in the Giovani of 2018, he always goes with Dardust. And we may be sure that when someone goes with Dardust, we have a good song. So let's hope Mahmood goes with Dardust again. Because it's true.
Yeah,
it's true.
I don't think it's too early for him if he delivers a song like, for me personally, maybe Barrio would be the the reference that I would love him to take. So yeah, I don't think it's too soon if you have a song that really stands out and that shows something new. So
well, Mahmoud is going back to Sanremo mainly, and it's that what Mahmoud fans think, mainly because his last album Get Olimpo did not go really well in Italy. Also, his European tour is having some problems with venues and stuff like that. He's struggling a little bit this year's, mostly after Brividi, because unlike Blanco, that he used the wave after Sanremo to release new music, Mahmoud closed himself up for 1 year and a half. Didn't release anything. He just worked and worked on his new album. So I think that a lot of people actually ceased to watch at him as an innovative artist as he was in 2019. Because in 2019 and 2020, before the pandemic, he was the pop artist. He became really famous and he was a really well-established artist. Right now, he's having a little bit of descending line. So I just think that he said to the press that he has a new album coming out. So I think that he's going back to Sanremo also to,
to promote
his new album. It's what usually artists do with Sanremo, not just putting out a song and that's it. Sanremo is done for this. It's a festival to promote songs usually, and also for promoting an own image. Eurovision comes later, and we all know that. But quality is there, so I think that Italy is not gonna step out of Sanremo using Sanremo as a national selection soon, because we had really good results, at least in the last years. So I really like Mahmoud as an artist. I think that whatever he brings, he will do it good. I am not sure about a third win though. So he's one of my favorite artists. So I will support him no matter what. But let's see. I think the time changed a little bit from 2019. And if he brings something new and innovative, as he can do, because we know he can do something like that, maybe he will do it again. And we have, yes, Rapide. Rapide was a really great song. Maybe he can bring something like that. So let's go on. If you don't want to add anything about Mahmoud, no. I'm doing randomly now. I'm not doing, not going alphabetically. Let's talk about Diodato.
Yes, let's.
So, Harry, tell me, what do you think?
Well, the Sanremo winner that never ended up going to Eurovision.
But he went to Eurovision.
Okay, the one that never competed in Eurovision. The one that never competed in Eurovision. I mean, I think out of all the previous winners, I say all, I think there's what, 3? I might be. Emma's the other one as well.
Emma, aspetta, Emma. Aspetta, wait, aspetta. Allora, Emma. Fiorella Mannoia won, but really a long time ago. Loredana Bertè won. No, she won? I don't remember. Maybe many years ago. Mahmoud and Enrique Poveri.
Okay, well, out of the many ex-Sanremo winners, I would say that amongst the Eurovision fans, Diodato is the one that people are most excited for, thrilled that he's returning and trying to claim a return to the contest. Obviously, in 2021, after 2020 was cancelled, we had so many acts return either to take part and just get a free pass into 2021 Eurovision or compete in their national selection. Diodato was not one of these people, sadly, and he's finally back now. I think this is one of the few people where I want him to just stick with a ballad. His style for there is great. Fai Rumore is fantastic. I know she's over at the other side of the world right now, but Yana is thrilled. I'm sure Eurovoxx's own that Diodato is back. Fai Rumore is one of her favorite songs, if not her favorite song in Eurovision history. Well, so yes. I'm really excited for Diodato because from my perspective, I only got into Eurovision National Final, Sanremo. I know it's not a national final, but I just mean for terminology, Samuele. In 2019. So the first time I heard Diodato was in 2020, and he really just took me by surprise out of the blue.
A lot of people actually knew him from 2020 because before he competed in Sanremo, but he was a newcomer, so a lot of
Yeah.
people did not even know about him.
But yeah, it was a beautiful ballad, typical, just what you want to hear from a ballad in Italy and Sanremo. So I'm very excited. It's fantastic to see him back, and wish him the best of luck for trying to win Sanremo and earn his rightful place in Eurovision.
Oh yeah, of course, Diodato was by many declared as a moral winner in 2020, also because of the situation that Italy was going through, the connection that the song had with the pandemic and everybody. But of course, yeah, and of course also he was one of the actually the only one that got a special place in Eurovision later on in 2022 as an interval act. So I don't know if he's gonna bring back a ballad, because the other participation that he had in Sanremo wasn't a ballad, was more of a pop song with trumpets and really happy style. But what he does better are ballads. So also Che Vita Meravigliosa is one of the best songs released in 2021, I think. So yes, I hope he also is. Fun fact about Diodato: he collaborated with Swedish House Mafia a long time. She was in Sweden a long time because actually he is kind of cousin with the Swedish House Mafia. I think he's also family with Benjamin Ingrosso, if I'm not mistaken, or he has some kind of connection with the Ingrosso family. So he knows how to write songs and write lyrics. So he's a really good songwriter, as Nilera says. Yes, only Gazelle is. Yeah, we may talk about Gazelle later. So Sanja, tell me something about Diodato.
I hope for a ballad. I know we are talking about Sanremo is going to be filled with ballads, but in his case, I really do hope for a ballad because I don't know. I agree with you when you said that he really is a moral winner of 2020. And I will always remember that performance in Arena, in Verona, and all of that. So, yeah, I think Eurovision fans mostly would.
Sometimes I think that it's better that we didn't have it in Eurovision for having that performance, because that performance was unbelievable.
Really special, yeah.
You wanted to say? Sorry, I interrupted you. You want?
No. I lost my thought. So yeah, I think many Eurovision fans will, by knowing only the names, by now Eurovision fans support him a lot. So I need to agree with that.
And actually, he went into Eurovision as an underdog, because at the beginning, nobody was really paying much attention to him, and later, with everything that happened, and that kind of particular performance that he did in the Arena, and also the coverage that he had in Eurovision Shine a Light, a lot of people actually came together and supported him. So it was a really good show of affection also towards Italy. I have to say, it was really emotional. That period, we all remember what happened, and us as Italians in general felt it really near, like an experience. So Diodato was actually the musical face of that period. Mark Bogard say Annalisa from MALMÖ. We would like to see it. If she has a good song, I would adore it. So who am I to say not? I'm not an hypocrite. So then we are gonna talk about a contestant that saw a lot of participation in Sanremo. He never won. He never won. But a lot of people would like to see him in Eurovision, and I'm talking about Irama. And I know Harry. Irama.
I love Irama. I love his entries to Sanremo. 2019's song is one of my favorite national selection songs.
Which is La ragazza dal cuore di latta?
Yes, that one. Yeah,
the one with the
his
black
That's
song titles
also my all-time Sanremo, my all-time favorite Sanremo song.
is
So
so good.
Harry, I agree with you.
It's so good. And then, to follow it up in 2021 with, you're going to have to help me with the names. His names are too long for his songs, please, Samuel.
2021 was actually my favorite out of 2021, and it
Yeah,
was
same
called
here.
La Genesi del tuo colore.
Yeah, I mean, so
It was
good,
my favorite.
different in style. And you know what? Even 2022, not as good as the other two, but still one of my favorites. I had it on my playlist. It's just something about his raspy voice and his just unique style and of performing and songwriting, which really captivates you. And you know what? If we're not going to have a previous winner win Sanremo for the third year in a row, then please let's make it Ilama. Let's have him have the best song, and let's finally get him to Eurovision. Because the fact that he's not even got to like the second round or like the top 3 of the top 5 in any of his attempts is shameful
No,
on
you
the
went.
voters.
No, it was in 2021. You got fourth.
No, but it was top 3 then. It got narrowed down to the top 3.
Right. You're true. You're right. You
Yeah.
lost
So
a
the
lot
fact
better than me.
he's never got to that second stage is shameful on the voters. Like, I know Sanremo is really strong, but oh my gosh, Imrama
You know
deserves.
why? A lot of in Sanremo there is not. I would not say a hate, but a lot of prejudice in against those particular artists that participated and even won Amici, because Amici is is on another channel, another completely different channel, a private channel. So many people and many journalists related to mostly Rai will always say that the artists that are coming from Amici are not really good. They don't bring really good music, but it's not really just a prejudice. Like Annalisa. Annalisa was always kind of low, apart from 2018 that she got third, and she was one of the fewest women in coming top 3 in the last 10 years. Apart from that, also Annalisa participated in Amici and ended up really low. Elodie participated in Amici, ended up really low. So Irama is kind of different because he's getting his own bubble in his own fandom. I am hoping that it will bring. I am really confident that he's gonna bring something like La Genesi del tuo colore, because Irama did like this. He brought a ballad the first year, he brought a bop the second year, he brought a ballad the third year, maybe he'll bring a bop on the fourth year. Let's hope like this, because I don't need another man singing a ballad for the.
I do.
Sanja could happily have 37 countries singing male ballads, and she would watch it.
Don't get me wrong. I am a ballad boy, as Harry is a ballad boy, as Sanja is a ballad girl. But I want my country to bring something else.
Yeah.
If we brought 2 ballads in a row, I don't need another ballad in a row. Okay, I need something completely different. Even if we bring, I don't know, Metallica style song, I want something like this. I want something different from this time, because another song. Because we know that Italy can do beautiful ballads. Maybe is the country in Europe that can do best ballads in Eurovision, but basta, perché basta.
But he's so diverse with his style, so we actually don't know what to expect.
Yeah, exactly.
Because, for example, his previous attempts are really different in genre. So.
And we have to say that if you remember in 2021, he got COVID. So they showed for 5 consecutive nights. They showed his recordings, the recordings of the rehearsals. So maybe he got 4. Maybe if he, well, 2021 was a really strong year.
To be fair, you did end up with the Eurovision winner that year. I don't know if you can really complain.
Yes, I think that if Irama competed in Eurovision with La Genesi del tuo colore in 2021, he might have won as well.
Yeah, I agree.
Because it was a great song for Eurovision. They could have done great things with the staging, because also the staging of Sanremo was amazing, of La Genesi del tuo colore. They could have done with a lot of things with the lights, with the colors, and stroboscopic lights, fire, and something like that. So I think that Irama will bring something on that style this year, because it's time. He released the really good ballads, he released really slow songs, and now he's having like a little bit of revival. So we will see. Do you want to add something on Irama? Because I think that is one of your favorites. No? Posto. Okay. So we have another Eurovision contestant and previous Sanremo winner, Il Volo.
Oh my gosh, how do we forget Ivolo? How did I forget it? I forgot Ivolo in this.
Me too.
My word. And that is absolutely no indication of my thoughts on Ivolo, because Grande Mole, I know it's got a slightly divisive opinion amongst Eurovision fans, maybe in particular.
Yes.
I'm not sure in Italy itself, but I personally love the song. It's, as someone looking from the outside, that isn't necessary, that sometimes likes the typical, like stereotypical sound from a country. Grande Mole brings that in spades for Italy.
Yes. Yes.
And it's such an operatic feel-good song. Their song in 2019 is decent as well. It didn't connect to me as much, but it, good, and can completely understand why it did. It did relatively well, I'd imagine, didn't it? Did it get third? Yeah, I thought it came third, but I didn't want to officially say it.
Was 2019? Yes, it was third because there was this kind of a scandal with the second place Ultimo that got mad because Mahmoud won. And Il Volo was like, yes, Mahmoud won, and Ultimo was...
Yeah, well, it's amazing to see them back, and I hope they bring something similar to Grande Mole. I mean, I can't imagine they're going to do anything other than a ballad. I feel like that's a safe bet. But very excited.
Yes, actually, what can I say about Il Volo? In 2015, they won because of Grandmas. And let's thank Grandmas, because at least in 2015 it was the best that we had. Because Sanremo in 2015 was in his darkest times. Not a lot of strong artists, not really good selection. But in 2015 we had Il Volo, and it was spectacular on stage on Eurovision. Of course it was. And if Voila by Barbara Pravi was the Frenchiest song France ever sent, Grande Mole was the Italian song that Italy has ever sent. I think they will bring something really similar to Grande Mole, and I want something different from them, because they are kind of surpassed. They were good in 2015, but almost 10 years passed. So maybe something less pop and more opera, like real opera. Yes, of course. I want to see real opera on stage. If they bring something like real opera, like a Minuetto or like a Verdi style Traviata, I would vote for them. But if they bring something really poppy with a little bit of opera just to be fancy or Italian, they already did it a lot of times. In 2019, we saw it. Just Grandmas voted for that. So yeah, I don't know. Like, and then there was this kind of controversy because a lot of people. But this is I don't really like to talk about this because it's kind of politics, and we don't like politics. But there was this kind of controversy that they did not want to say that they were not racist or they were not fascist because of the situation here in Italy now. So they are seen in a kind of different light from 2015. I didn't want to talk about politics and enter into politics because I don't want. I just wanted to point out that they are seen in a different light, also because of the things that they said during last year. Il Volo are such a big deal live. They are so strong. Yes, you cannot actually spot any difference between the live version and the studio version. Actually, with them, it's like this. Sanja, you wanted to say something?
Yeah, I wanted to say that also. They always sound so great live. So if we know the thing about them, it's that they're gonna sound great. So and I don't know what I'm hoping for actually, because they have their like unique and really narrow style. They can't really experiment like in some genres. I don't know what they can do with mix it with opera. I'm not so sure. Maybe, as you said, partly pop and with the elements of opera. So it's maybe a little bit too predictable. what they're gonna bring, but let's see, maybe they can surprise us with something different and engage a younger audience also, and not only grandmas, as you said.
Okay, so let's now. Of course, we don't have time to talk about all the artists because they are 30 in total. Well, they are 27 plus 3 because we have the Giovanni stuff, and we are not going to talk about Giovanni stuff because it's too much. But we are going to talk about the last maybe 3-4 artists now. Then, if you, of course, guys in the chat would like to, give us your opinion about a particular artist that we did not talk about, you're free to do it, and we are going to try to respond to as many questions or comments we have. But let's go to, I would say, another really. I will throw here some 2-3 names. I will say Mr. Rain last year. I don't know if you know him. Mr. Rain, San Giovanni, and D'Argent Amico. Okay, are you okay with that?
I can't say I know much about the final name.
D'Argent Amico wasn't. If I sing to you the song, and maybe you know it. Dove si balla?
Yeah.
No, don't ring a bell.
Don't worry, I'm outvoted. I'm outvoted here.
Well,
So,
we may skip him, but he was really big in he was coming to as a newcomer in I think it was 2021 or no 2022. Anyway, that song went viral in 2022. The summer was only that song, and he's coming back, and I think we are gonna see something similar to that.
That song was so catchy, and when you just sang that part, I was instantly, oh yeah, I know.
Don't worry, do not have me as the voice piece for memorable Italian entries in Sanremo. There's just some years where I don't follow it as much. In 2022, I believe was one of them.
I understand. We understand. Then we have San
but
Giovanni.
you also mentioned you also mentioned San Giovanni. So just the track, and I loved Farfalle. It was on my playlist, both the original version and one with Aitana, who I adore. So the Spanish versions, he went viral not only in Italy but also in Spain. So I think that was great. So if he delivers something slightly to Farfalle, he's gonna be my winner no matter what. So I'm very excited about him and curious to hear what he's going to bring this year.
Yeah, I'm aware of Farfalle as well. Wasn't that song on Just Dance as well a couple of years ago, I believe? I know there was. It was on something mainstream. It might have been Just Dance. But yeah, that's a very catchy song, and I look forward to seeing him again. With regards to Mr. Rain, his entry, I believe, came third last year. Was
against any odds because nobody.
I would say that top third till fifth was quite surprising last year. I think a lot of people could call Lazza and Marco Mignoni as potential top two, but that, having Mr. Rain and I'll get this guy's name wrong. I apologize. Tanasai, I believe, came fifth. Tananai, yeah.
Yes. It was Tananai, then fourth Ultima. Third Mr. Rain, second
Lazza,
and first Marco.
Yes. A very strong top five, especially Love Cianere from Lazza last year.
We had a Eurovision winner there.
You came fourth. Don't complain too much.
Maybe not against LOREEN, but we could have achieved, I think, top 3 or top 2 with Cianere.
I would argue, trying to push Kalia, Noah Corral, or LOREEN off the top 3 would have been a very tall order. Potentially one that Lazza could have done, but it would have been tough. With Mr. Rain, I'm intrigued to see what he brings because I only know him from Sanremo last year. I'm aware that he set this ballad style, but looking at his look and just his overall feel, it feels like he can do a lot more than ballads. Maybe I'm wrong there, Samuele.
Well, he's called Mr. Rain because he said in an interview that he only writes song when it's raining outside.
Right, that maybe my point is contradicted
No,
potentially.
he mixes urban pop and trap kind of sounds with a more mainstream ballady kind of style. So you're kind of right. But sometimes we saw other tipo I Fiori di Chernobyl, that was his first real blow up song. It was more up tempo than, but all starts with a little piano. All starts with him speaking, because he's this kind of artist that speaks rather than singing. And then he starts with this chorus that is really not catchy, but it's quite memorable. And of course, Supereroi was really beautiful also for the message that he wanted to spread about about illnesses of the child difficulties of children, and also, of course, he got third because he had children on stage. We have to say it, because mamas and grandmas love that. In Italy, we say it was a paraculata, meaning that he knew that people at home would have liked it, and so he got with the children. Because I would argue that without the children, he would not have achieved the top 3. I would argue. But beautiful song, it is in my playlist. I love it. I love him as well. So I think that he will bring something similar, because all of his songs are quite similar. They don't change a lot. But let's say maybe he will do something else. I know that the song from Sanremo, he translated into Spanish with a Spanish artist, and he did it in a Spanish version, but it did not go quite well in Spain, like Farfalle, for example. Yeah, it's good. Mr. Rain portion is better than the other singer portion, because they translate it quite literally. So in Spanish, it sounds like a little bit too mechanic, something like not natural, you know. So we will see. We will see what it brings. I really like it. So no, I didn't want to. Sorry. I saw a comment before, but maybe I. Yes, the Spanish song of that. The Spanish version of the song is awful. Yeah, I quite agree.
One more name came to my mind when we are speaking about the when you mentioned the Spanish version. One artist who collaborates with Spanish artists, and I'm talking about Fred de Palma. Because when names for Sanremo were announced, I was like, that sounds familiar, but I don't know where from. And then I discovered that I know many of his songs. He did a duet with Ana Mena and with Anita, maybe.
You can expect him to bring Ana Mena for the covers night, of course.
Ooh, that would be.
And many people in Italy say that he will come last in Sanremo, because he brings just summer bobs. So I don't know. Farfalle is really cool. There was no need to ruin that with a Spanish. No, it's not ruin. It's really catchy. Like, it's a good touch. The song. Ooh, die. And then, as a Spaniard, indeed, Supereroi sound everything sound better in Italian. No, Spanish is my favorite language outside of Italian. So yes. Then, if you guys don't have anything to add, there are a lot of names, or a lot of big names. I just citing some names, but we don't have a lot of time to talk about them. We have Negramaro, a really huge band that is active since the 2000 to the beginning of the 2000. We have Loredana Bertè, an icon of the Italian music. We have Ricchi e Poveri, really huge icons of the last century. The Colors, that did great music this year with Italo Disco, and they did also a version in English that went quite well, I think. Okay, and then we have newcomers like Lassad, Rosevillain. Check Rosevillain, because it's a really good name. She's an Italian artist that went and produced a lot of music in America and then came back. So she has this kind of dark side. She produces quite dark pop songs. It was really good. I really like her. I really enjoy her. She collaborates with a lot of trap artists, but she's not trap. She's not a trap artist. She's a pop artist. And then we have Emma, that we saw last time, I think 2 years ago. She competed in Eurovision in 2014, and we know how disastrous it was.
I do enjoy your version of design. As you're talking to a Brit and a Croatian Eurovision fan here, who are not necessarily known for being the best
It
at
was
Eurovision.
perfect.
I don't think you understand, Samuele. What did she come like 21st? That's one of our that's a decent result for either of our countries, Sanja. Would that be fair to say? If we
I
come
agree
21st, like for
And I
them,
quite
it's
like
like
the song,
world.
actually.
It's for them, it's like the world's crashed down if they finish anywhere outside like
understand that, for example, when Brividi came sixth, Italians were like, sixth? Really?
Yeah, no,
Sixth? When
it's ridiculous.
When Francesco Gabani came sixth, they said, what a scandal. Okay, because we were out of the top 5. Can you
Samuele,
imagine?
since I've been alive, my country's been in the top 5 twice.
I
Like
know.
that's to compare.
And actually, this year organized the whole celebration, like a welcome party for Let 3, and they placed 13th, was it?
Yes, 13th, top half.
So,
Get
yeah.
in. Yes.
Yeah, and we were like, yes, let's celebrate that.
I believe it's your best results since 2000.
Since Jacques, yeah.
Yeah. No, well, it's it beat him, I believe, on points. I believe it's best results since 2006, maybe.
Okay.
Well, yes, we talked about a lot of artists. We know that this Sanremo is pretty one of the. I think that from the lineup could be one of the strongest in the last years, and we are getting used to Sanremo be strong, mostly because of our God. Because I call him God, I call him, I don't know, father of the country now, and he's Amadeus. We have to thank him for the quality that Sanremo achieved, because we have to say it. It's normal. He says that it's going to be his last year. Let's pray for who is coming next, because these levels are not achieved by just a random person. He knew what he did, what he was doing, and from 2020, it did actually not get any single edition wrong, because from when he got the artistic directorship, Italy placed in the top 4 all the years. So yes, right, Maneskin.
When did he start? 2021, right?
No, sorry, Brividi. 6th.
Oh, 6th.
No, I wanted to say top 6. Top 6.
Top 6.
We didn't do it because we were Maneskin 2021, Brividi 2022 as a host country.
Then that's that curse.
Then we had
1 year we beat in Italy, isn't it?
Marco, and then we had Marco Mengoni.
Yeah.
But Amadeus did 5 years. No, Diodato, of course, because of we know. And I would arguably say that he would have come top 3. So, if anybody has any questions for us, any comments, any kind of things that they want to share, if not, I think we covered pretty much, not everybody, but we covered a big portion of at least the artists that are pretty well known outside of Italy. So I don't know. Let's conclude. If nobody is gonna post anything in the comment section, I would like, just from the names and the discography of the artist, I would like you to predict a top 3
in any order.
No.
Oh.
What is it? Just from the names. It's a really early prediction.
Okay. So the top 3.
Yeah, and
I'm gonna say.
Think about your own ideas and your own.
Well, I will partly use my knowledge of Sanremo because I obviously don't.
Yeah, try to use the knowledge of Sanremo and think about Italians could vote.
So I'm going to say. I'm going to slightly do wishful thinking, but it's better in realism. So third, I'm going to say Ivolo. Second, heartbreakingly, Diodato. And then I think first, and this is my personal wish, but I think it could happen, Irama.
Good. Yes. I don't see Irama winning, I'm sorry. But it would be great.
But there's hope. No.
I'd maybe put Irama third, then Annalisa, And Diodato as a winner sounds like a safe prediction.
I'm curious how the press is going to vote. They will have a lot of power this time. Yes, slightly like last year. The only thing that I'm going to talk about the rules this year is that we don't have anymore a demoscopic jury, but we have a radio and media outlet jury. So maybe that we could change. I would try to do a top 5 because, of course, I know a little bit more how the Italian music industry works. I would say that 5th place could go to. It could go top 5. I have to think about it. Top 5, okay. 5th place could be Loredana Bertè. Could be her. If she brings something like her whole Sanremo style. Then, 4th place, because I'm watching here, 4th place could be Negramaro, because they're really huge. 3rd place could be Mahmood. Second place could be maybe Alessandra Amoroso, and it's a really hard take. And this is my personal wish, as Harry said, first Annalisa. It's a really risky top 5, I have to say it, because it counts 2 women in the top 5. One second.
2 women?
We are talking about this year. We are talking about Alessandra Moroso that could be a potential Elisa 2022. So a really huge artist that comes back with a really good song, because Elisa didn't have a great song. Come on, she had a Disney ballad. She can do a lot better. Elisa, if she comes back with a song like Luce, with a song like, I don't know, his last songs, she's gonna win, of course. She's the best artist in Italy that we have. Yes, two women as a top 2 is very daring, but I want to think positively. I would like to have all women in top 6. So because it's the time, not just because they are women, but because this year the pop industry has been ruled by women. Annalisa, first of all, and it's her time. She competed a lot of times. This year she got 3 out of 4 singles in the top one spot of Spotify first, and then also in FIMI and Airplay. So I really want Annalisa to go to Eurovision. Pretty much all Eurovision fans want her. So it's time. It's time. She did a great concert 1 month ago, full of dancers, full of with LEDs, with production. It was really good. Of course, my heart goes with the goddess of Italian music that is Elodie, but I want really to see Annalisa to Eurovision, and I think this year may be possible because of the radio and press jury. Because if the Annalisa brings something like Mon Amour, that I invite you, if you didn't listen to him, to listen. If she brings something like Mon Amour, the radio and music outlet jury will adore it, will love it. So let's hope, because I want to see a woman, not just because she's a woman, but I want to see something completely different to represent my country, because it's time. It's time. I loved Marco. I was in first row at Eurovision final, and I wanted to kiss him, to hug him, to jump on the stage.
We all wanted that.
I was looking to the camera like this. It was, I don't know, 60 or 70 points of the jury. But I really want something different. And I would say that on a hard take, a woman will win. Also because Rai is not stupid. Rai knows that it's time for a woman to win because of the scandals of last year, because of the top 5 completely by men. Okay, so Rai will know. And of course, like the Italian democracy, Sanremo is a little bit flawed democracy. So we will see, because there are a lot of power dynamics behind Sanremo that we don't even know. So we will see. Let's just see the last 2 comments. We want to see a woman chosen for Italy in MALMÖ, as we haven't seen one since 2016. Yes, if we don't count Eurovision winner, mamma mia, come si chiama the guitarist from Maneskin?
What is her name?
Victoria? No?
Victoria.
Yeah.
Victoria. Of course, if we don't count her, even if she's a winner, she's a Eurovision winner. And then the pressure if Italy finally sends a woman but flops in airs.
No.
Yeah, if she comes even like 8th, it's a disaster. It's terrible.
No, it's terrible. Why you say that?
It's comparison to like other countries. I will say the only bad thing for Italy with sending women is I believe like your three of your like worst results have come from sending women since you've returned, like 2014,
But they were not Sanremo winners.
16 and 12.
It was only when women representing Italy were the only years in which the Eurovision representative was not a Sanremo winner. So there is a pattern here.
There's a pattern, yeah.
Yeah. Yes. But yeah, I would love to see a woman, but actually I would love to see a good song representing my country, because even if we talk about sexist genres like this, it's the song that makes the best impact in Eurovision. And if the women don't have good songs, it's like, what can we do? Last year, women had good songs. Just one, I think. Just one I remember. It was Madame. That's it. And Elodie. Oh my God! How can I say that?
I think the stream's taking to you, Samuele.
Okay, so if nobody has anything to add, I think we are gonna close because it's already 1 hour. Thank you for being with us. Thank you, Harry. Thank you, Sanja, for this live together. We just pretty much talked about Sanremo. I was actually needed to talk a little bit about the lineup because it's a really strong lineup and it's one of the best countries in Eurovision, and and
humble as well.
What?
Humble as well.
No matter what I think, Italy will be top 10. I love you, Ben.
Probably. That's also a safe bet.
If we come 10th, it would be a little bit of flop. So. No, I think if we come out of the top 15, I think somebody will I don't know, somebody will die because of that. But yeah,
no pressure at all.
With us, thank you guys for being with me, and nothing. We are gonna have a lot of content about the next Eurovision national finals and internal selections, because we will have a lot of content both in December and in January. And of course, we're gonna follow a lot as a month February, because of like the majority of national finals are in February. So make sure to leave a comment, leave a thumbs up, to subscribe to Eurovoxx platforms in Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. We do a lot of content on TikTok as well, on YouTube, for being always kept up with Eurovision content. Thank you so much, guys, and see you next time.
See you.